On Friday's show, we caught up with memorabilia giant Brandon Steiner. Here's part two of that interview. I feel like you're always one step ahead of everything when it comes to putting stuff together. And I think even just to create Steiner at that time and have really the boom of memorabilia when it comes to autograph signings and in-person appearances. And people were able to come up to New Rochelle to check out the headquarters. And then, for you to even make this big deal and to sell Steiner to Fanatics in 2019, and now, of course, to have Collectible Exchange, which I think is really innovative as well. I mean, this is a marketplace where now collectors can go and do more than just actually buy collectibles.
They could sell. I felt like, and I've been feeling this for a while. I just felt like this, after putting 25, 30 million autographs in the marketplace, not to mention everything else, I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that have stuff that maybe want to trade and sell and do it in an authentic, genuine way and an easy way. And eBay doesn't really give you that comfort. So this site is a site that I manage over personally. I have a really good team here so that collectors can find out what they have. They can find out what it's worth. And we help them sell their stuff and help them buy and find what they want. And that's what people really want, is unique stuff too. So I love Steiner. It was a great company, but I really wanted to disrupt and change the direction and go more in this direction, which I got to be honest with you. Like sometimes you watch a commercial say, do not try this at home. Like, do not blow up what you built for 30 years to try something else. But, something that's always thing my mother always taught me is you got to have balls. That was the name of my second book. And she's always like, be fearless. Don't be afraid to take the next step, even if it doesn't match up to your last step. And that's what I'm doing. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm very grateful that a lot of customers and fans, I think we have over 60,000 items on the site already, growing like weeds. We're doing an auction right now, our first auction, which is all different people around the country stuff. So the stuff is very variable and very rogue and very weird. And that's what an auction should be. And I've learned that there's some great collectors around the country. And I'm really proud to collaborate with all of them and give them a platform that they could sell their stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you have items like a car from Don Mattingly in the auction, correct?
Yeah, a car from Don Mattingly. There's a motorcycle that's themed after Thurman Munson. I mean, there's some all kinds of stuff. There's some Babe Ruth stuff on there. There's some Derek Jeter stuff on there. It's just such a wide variety of stuff. It's just fun, even just looking through it. I was just going through the auction myself the other night. I was like, this is really fun. I have to refrain because I can't bid on that stuff, but I want it all. But it's fun to see that all the collectors around the country coming together and sharing their view of collecting. And that's what the site's all about. But I think where I've been the biggest help on the site is there's a lot of people that are sitting with stuff. They don't know what it's worth. They don't know what to do with it. And we help them. We help them value it. We help them kind of figure out if they want to sell it or enjoy it. We help them with those things.
The appraisal part of it.
Yeah, critical. And authentication part, critical. Is it real? So, we really pride ourselves on our site to really going through the site constantly and helping people make sure that their stuff is authentic, or showing them how to get it authenticated so that people that are buying stuff don't have to worry, because the buyer has an option on the site to go and get something additionally authenticated if they want to make sure that it's real.
Now, you have relationships with thousands of athletes. And like I said before, not just the collectible business, but so many of the different ventures that you do. I think the fans at home might know you from whether it's, the 3 books or the TV personality, or like I said, maybe buying merchandise, if not directly from you, through some of the distributors that have sold a lot of your stuff. Is there one particular athlete that when you first started working with, even if it's 30 or 40 years ago, that you were like, wow, I can't believe I'm working with so-and-so?
Well, certainly Muhammad Ali was one of them. I mean, it was just tremendous. At a 4-year relationship there. And then even Mariano, when I walked up that 3-story walk up to his 1-bedroom, and we were desperate. It was 1998. We were trying to find somebody for a shopping show to sign World Series balls. And it's a little bit taboo to sign before World Series balls. So most players were saying no. We got up to ours. That's far we were in the list of roster, and we got to Rivera, and Rivera says, yeah, come over and bring the balls. So I know when to do it. I brought the balls over, and he sits down and he starts signing the balls. I'm like, wow, this guy's a little different. And he asked me if I believed in God. I said, yes. He asked me if I believe in Jesus Christ, the Savior. And I stopped for a minute. I said, can I get back to you on that? And, it's been a great relationship ever since, and a great relationship about faith, about God, and sharing all those values, not only just baseball with, obviously now it's, in my mind, the greatest closer of all time and one of the greatest pitchers of all time, but also one of the greatest people of all time. So that was a great relationship just, I saw in the makings one of the greatest of all time. It wasn't always obvious. It wasn't just all of a sudden you knew it. And to be with him all these years, 25 years, and just watch him operate, and the focus, the intensity level, the faith in God, you learn a lot from players, not only from about the sports part of it, but about the life part.
Now, as the king of memorabilia, I mean, what does the king of memorabilia keep in his own personal collection? Do you keep anything in your own collection?
Well, if my wife was on the phone here and on the call, she'd have a lot to say about this. Well, I keep a lot of Syracuse stuff because I love the orange and love Cuse. And so I keep, my gym, I keep a lot of orange and Syracuse, my favorite time of my life. And I can't keep enough Syracuse stuff around me. I was always a big Mel Stoudemire fan, so I have his 86 trophy from the World Series. Messier was a big, big part of my growing and finding my way. Another guy that I learned a lot from. So I keep a picture of him winning the cup. To Brandon, we did it. It's a simple piece of memorabilia. And then he'd come up to my office once and gave me his game used stick from his 611th goal, which I'm very proud of. And then my first autograph from Thurman Munson back in 1975, when I got to meet up with him in an elevator at the Sheraton in Boston after hackling him and screaming at him for 3 hours before the game started. I happened to run into him in the elevator, and he wasn't too happy with me, but he did sign my program. I'm one of my favorite Yankees of all time. I'm not going to lie. So that was amazing. So I keep a few things around, and, I like my memorabilia. I'm more of a saver than a collector. I don't need to go out and buy necessarily the most expensive vintage. I save the things that players I have relationships with and that have meant something to me, and that I've been able to create or learn something from.
And at one point, you had Don Larson's perfect game jersey, correct? You still have that?
No. That, first of all, I love Don, and God rest his soul. He's just what a great guy, and had a great relationship with him. We sold his entire uniform. We auctioned that off, and it was great. I'm glad we did, because that money went to his grandchildren and for their education, and it did fetch, I think, about $750,000. Another one of my favorites, by the way, that we sold his entire collection, but I'm a crazy fan of, is Bob Knight. We went to his house, and I spent like 3 days with him, and then spent many more days after with him. And what a great coach, what a character. And it was just a joy to sell his collection. It was really fascinating to get inside his head about coaching and about the game. I don't know if there's ever been a coach that's had more impact on the game than him. And, you hear all these stories about a coach and everything, but then when you get behind it all, I mean, he was a genius, and I'm just really blessed to have spent the time so far with him. Hope to spend more with him. Stuff like that is just priceless. When I look at my career, I really enjoy still the talent, the competitiveness with some of these players that they're able to share with me. It's generally all good, and I love it. It inspires me and keeps me fired up.
Well, Brandon, before we let you go, we love the stories. Obviously only have so much time, but what does the future hold for you? What would you like to see for your business? And then where can the fans engage with you now?
Well, I'm a big LinkedIn guy, so just follow me on LinkedIn. And obviously, Collectible Exchange, I am giving away my book for free, any one of the 3 books. So if you're in sales and entrepreneurism, or if you're somebody that's over 40, definitely pick up my last book, Living on Purpose. It's probably my best work. I'm just excited, about sharing and creating a platform that the collectors all over the universe can go on and really feel like they connect with other collectors. That's really my goal. And then making sure the fans can buy directly from the players. I call it Collect Direct. So I'm building all these player websites. You'll see launch next week, a bunch of player websites where you can actually go on a player website and buy stuff from them directly.
That's so awesome. I mean, I'm excited. You're actually even helping me try to acquire an Evel Knievel autograph, which I think
Yes.
is pretty cool to expand my collection. I think the fans, if there's any particular athlete that they're interested in, you can find them.
Yeah, no question. And we have quite a bit of it on the Collectible Exchange. So there's a lot of it on there and growing like weeds. And if you have stuff that you want to sell, please reach out. We'll help you do that too.
Brandon, thank you so much for the time. Always great to listen to your stories. I love hearing about the all-time greats, especially here in New York City.
Well, thanks. And anytime, and enjoy the conversations we've had so far. Let's keep them going. And for all the fans out there, thank you. Very grateful for all of you to support me in this new venture and for all these past years. And hopefully I've created some fun and some wow for you.
Congrats again, Brandon. Talk soon.
Okay. Thank you.